to our Tuesday morning beginner workout. Today we're going to be doing Mobilize, Activate, and Stretch. This workout is great because, like I said in the description, it's designed to sort of wake up the muscles with progression as well as a little bit of stretching at the end. We won't have a warm-up today because it's sort of built in. So we're just going to jump right into round one. This will probably be a bit of a shorter workout. So if you have any questions, feel free to take the time to ask them. So we're just going to start on the ground in our T position. I'm going to take my left leg. I'm going to cross over my right. And before I do that, some people prefer to have a pillow for this. Just to have something else. My left leg is crossed over, and then I'm going to go 6 per side here, where I touch, open up. They're more open books, I guess, than T-spine rotations. And I'm just opening up the arm. That's 3 there. You don't have to touch the ground with the hand. Just open up as much as you can. Keep your eyes on the moving hand, and that will move your cervical spine at the same rate as your T-spine. And we'll switch sides. So I'm going to put the pillow over on my left side. I'm going to cross my right leg over my left, keeping my left leg straight. And then I'm just going to close my right hand on top and then open up as much as I can. Now, this is great rotation for the T-spine, but we're also allowing the chest to mobilize a little bit as well. And that's the group we're focusing on actually here is the chest. But we do have a little bit of rotation. So the next exercise will address that in a working fashion. And last one. Good. So you can do a push-up in any capacity that you're able to do one. It could be modified, it could be incline, it could be from the toes. I'll show sort of one of each as we go along. So we're going to do a push-up. And then as you come up, widen the feet, go to that T rotation. That's 1. Modified again from the knees here. I'm just going to do all 5 on one side. Or I can even do incline. Facing the other way, but just like that, all right? We're going to do 10 of those, so that was 3. 4. 5. With the modification, I'm going to turn this way so you see a little bit better. Just from the knees. Turn and open up. There you go, one more. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Okay. Last but not least is our door frame stretch. So we're just going to palm up, twisting to the top again, twisting a little bit for the T-spine. We're just going to hold this for breath cycles. We're going to do 4 breath cycles per side. That's 1. Deep breath in. 2. 3. And 4. Switch sides. Palm goes up. Arm is straight. Then I just twist to the top. Deep breath in. And out. 1. 2. 3. and 4. Okay. So take a break if you need it. Otherwise, we're just going to hop on back down to the ground. Shouldn't need too much rest in this one. If you do, that's fine. But the idea is, you can sort of rest while you're doing the stretches that encompass the exercise. So again, I've crossed my left leg over, knees on the pillow. And then I've just closed my hand on top. So I close my left hand on top of my right. And then I open up that book into the T-spine rotation. And I try to keep my arm shoulder height the whole time, so don't allow it to deviate from that shoulder height. But it's definitely easier to start with the book closed rather than open. Don't forget to follow the cover of the book or the hand that is moving. And 1. Good. A couple of those push-ups from the incline again. Since this is a beginner class, I'll show you how to do the beginner modifications. So with that push-up as well, usually I tell people to stack. When you do a push-up, stack your wrist, elbow, shoulders, and then straight down, straight up. You want to make it more difficult, you just step those feet a little further back. Then it becomes a little bit more difficult to stack. So if I wanted to make this really hard on myself, I'm still stacked, but it's a little bit more diagonal. And then as we go through our push-ups, we have to add in those T rotations. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we'll switch sides. 1. Out just so I'm not smacking the back of the couch. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And a dark right stretch. There was the left side. I go palm up, and why I do this is because it will also stretch out my bicep. But not necessary. 2 deep breath. And 1 more for the side. We'll switch sides. Twisting to the top, that arm needs to be straight and just below shoulder height. Okay. We're on to our last round. Give you a different angle on everything this time. Just sort of see a little bit more of that rotation. Not sure how much information it will give. I cross my left leg over my right. He's on the pillow. And I just open up to the best of my ability. And you can see one side is a little bit better for me. Right leg needs to be straight. Don't forget to breathe through these. A lot of people don't like to breathe while they stretch or exercise for that matter. All right, switch sides. One. Good. Well, you can use a pillow when you do modified push-ups to do two things. It'll actually make it a little bit harder in terms of the push-up, but it'll make it a little easier on the knees. So if you want to kneel on that pillow, it just adds a little bit more depth. I'm showing you the front just so that you can see sort of what the rotation looks like from the front. Got a nice straight line. And I rotate through and we'll switch sides. Okay. Door frame stretch. We're doing group one. Palms up, arm is straight, just below shoulder height. And we're twisting to the top, creating the stretch. Torso, one more deep breath. Sides. One more. That's group one. Go on to group two. We have our dynamic pigeons, and again, just like last time, we're just going to go right into it. I will show you the dynamic pigeons from a modified position, and then I'm going to go into the ground one. So 6 per side, but the dynamic modified version is we just sit on a chair, we cross our legs, we lean forward, and that would be 1. If you don't want to do the modified version, if you feel like you can do the full from the high plank position, we cross leg, touch knee down, switch sides. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And we stand up into our sumo squat. Again, if you want to use the chair as a modification, so you're doing your sumo squats, you can certainly do that. But we're going to go feet wide and hip width apart, toes pointed out, chest stays lifted. Squat as deep as you can by pushing the hips back, sitting down into that position. Group one is certainly the longest, and I think this one is the fastest. 2 more. Keep that chest lifted. Good. And we're on the ground for a figure 4 stretch. We're going to lie on our back. Left leg crossed over the right. Left hand through the hole, right hand through the outside. Pull right knee towards the chest. Nice deep breath in. And out. more. Switch side. If you have difficulty reaching your hands through like this, what you can do, make sure your head's flat on the ground. What you can do is use like a towel or a resistance band to sort of replace your hands and hold on to that. Deep breath. Okay, and then we'll go back. Wait to the top, take a break if you need to. Join back in when you're ready. We're going to go back into that high plank position. I'm going to show you from for diagonal. Let me do that so it's getting there. High plank, cross, touch the knee down, switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We want to see what those sumo squats look like with the chair. I suggest a chair with no wheels. I just don't have that available to me today. Same starting position, same rules. I still push my hips back, chest stays lifted. If you need something a little easier than this, you can always use like a couch, right? And this changes it to a quarter squat instead of a full squat or a half squat. Two more. Good. And on the ground for a figure 4. You could also do this like seated, right? Like you could just do a regular pigeon pose if you don't like that figure 4, or you're just leaning forward holding. Go to the ground. Just continue figure 4 there. I find it a much better stretch. Just a little less accessible, although most people can do it, whether they do it this way or with a band. Sides. Remember, head flat on the ground too. All right. And last time through, do our dynamic pigeons. You can make these a little harder too by going down onto the forearms. That way. And one more each side. Again, make it a little harder onto the forearms. That'll also take a little bit longer. You just gotta adjust accordingly. Okay. For sumo squats. You can be holding weights for these if you like to. Want a little extra resistance. More. Good. Into our figure 4. Left leg is crossed over the right, left hand is through the hole, right hand on the outside. Switch. brings us to our last group, which I think is the easiest. Cat-to-cow, our plank rows, and our child's pose. So our cat-to-cow, we just arch our back up, bring our spine to neutral, chin up, that's one. Just breathe naturally through this. I'm going to breathe out and in. Five. One more. Let's get that tabletop position. Good, and then our plank rows. Yeah, we'll show you the modification first. So we're in that modified plank position. I'm going to row my elbow past my body. That's one. Two. The nice thing with this is you can at any point hop up into that full plank. Try not to let the hips wobble, and then drop down in that modified plank anytime you want as well. You can do these from an incline as well. I'm probably not going to show those. Okay, and then child's pose. We just push our hips back into our heels of our feet, reach forward. Same thing with the breath cycle. One more here. Let's actually do another one. Good. Take a couple seconds to shake it out. Grab a drink if you need to. And we're going to be going back into that cat-cow. So my hands are under my shoulders, my knees are under my hips, and I'm on my toes here. And then I just push into the ground, arching my spine up, tugging my chin in, and I bring my chin flat. I bring my head to looking forward and my back flat. Halfway. And one more. Good. I'm going to stick with those modified. Something's going on with my foot right now. Cramping up a little bit. I just prefer not to be on it. And another thing you can do is you can do all 10 on one side, and this is a little bit more challenging. That one arm really has to hold you up for a little bit. And then switch. Elbow past the body. Hand under your shoulder. Nine and 10. Again, let me just push back into that child's pose. Reach forward. Just deep breath in, deep breath out. One more, one extra. Okay. For our last group, again, I'm just going to sit up for a little bit, shake it out. We're going to go into our cat-to-cow. I'll let that train of thought right. Stand up, flat, looking forward. That's one. away. Two more. Good. Again, you can make this a little easier on your knees, a little harder because you're going to be a little higher up. We'll go back to alternating here because it is a beginner class, a little more beginner move. That's 2, 3. Again, try not to rotate the torso. 4. 7. 2 more per side. 7 and 10. And then into our child's pose. Again, I can just stay kneeling on this. More. Excellent. Well, that is your Tuesday morning workout. Again, great because the warm-up and the cool-down is built into the groups. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out, and I'd be happy to address those. If not, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye now. Oops, made a mistake there. All right, bye for real this time.